record. Okay. Bombs away. Shoot bar. Where's my chat? Vijay, come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Ayo. All the usual people who ask a lot, you guys can start the ball rolling lah. If not, we sit here. You see me, I see you. You see me, I see you. I'll just leave the chat and go and see US market already. US market open at 9:30. I'm very excited about NVDA. It's like going to gap up some more. When you look at stocks, okay, this one from Kathleen Kwan. Thank you for your first question. I think you are always the one to get the ball rolling, which is good, because I think a lot of people shy. Okay, so from Kathleen Kwan, when you look at stock listed on the scanner, how do you decide which one is the most feasible? So I think this question, right? If you have been watching the YouTube videos that I've been posting recently, we go by a few things. We go by a certain hierarchy, which is first we look at the trend first. After we look at the trend, we look at certain chart structure. So this chart structure, right, is a little bit ambiguous because for you guys, it can be things like double bottom, triple bottom, bullish flag, ascending triangle, whatever lah. But for our cost folks, right? For our cost folks, personally for me also, we have certain specific chart structure that we look at. Of course, this is only taught in the course. I cannot review here. So in terms of chart structure, there are some things that we look at, and volume is definitely one of them also. And once we look at those things, right, we will look at the candle itself. So for example, if I let me show you an example. I have, oh my God, so many US counters today. So if I have this chunk of US counter, right, the first thing that I will do is I just browse through everything to see the trend. So this one, right, like one look, I will be like, nah. This one, okay, this one kind of like uptrend, but once again, we have a resistance here, so nah. This one, somewhat okay. So maybe this one can KIV. This one, not really. The trend not good. So you can see that just by the trend alone, right, I am filtering out a lot of stuff already. This one also no. iRobot. This one no, definitely no. Albertson. Is this the one that we gonna SL? Oh yes, oh my God. Oh my God, it's like touch and go. It's touch and go. Oh my God, I feel so angry. Okay, so you was so these are one of the situation where we have cases like this. Very rare. If we look back at all our trades, right? We usually have about 1 or 2 trade in 100 where it will touch our stop loss and suddenly go up. So I think in this case, the stop loss might have been a little aggressive. Yeah. Oh no. But I mean, shit happens lah. Shit happens. So okay. So for example, this chart, right? As you guys know, previously we have a trade set out on this, but this is the kind of chart that I tend to go for. Uptrend, most of the time all-time high, and most of the time there's no upper resistance. Most of the time there's no upper resistance, but there are cases once in a while where we will look at whether if there is upper resistance or not. But the biggest deciding factor that I can reveal to you is trend. We want the trend to be as clear, as clean, and as uptrend as possible. We don't like things that is going noisy sideways or like don't know up down, don't know where, but very clear cut one look uptrend already. This one no. You see this one definitely no. Fico. This one maybe yes, maybe. No. Okay. So now that I scroll a bit, like even way back here, I see this like nah. Paladin energy. Okay, this one no. Uranium. Okay, this one also no. No. Abercrombie and Fitch. This one's still alive. Still alive. Chem Eco. This one also maybe no, maybe no. This one also kind of like, okay, so in situation where we have a lot of counters that are like sideways or downtrend, right? Then maybe I will look within the last 2 years, from 2020 to 2021. Then from there, I will like pick and choose again lah. So mainly trend. But if you want like a very perfect, super duper perfect example, right? You can look at Netflix. You can look at counters like Netflix. The latest trade on Netflix, which was on October 6th, very recently only, you can see that it is a very nice uptrend. It is a very nice uptrend. And of course, counters like NVIDIA also. Most of the time, trend is the most important. TP. sorry, we cannot share TP strategy. But if you think about it, right? If you look at a uptrend counter that is going all-time high, for example, let me just use NVIDIA going all-time high. If I'm trading an all-time high counter, right? TP is your least thing to be worried about. The least thing that you need to worry about. The only thing you need to care about is your stop loss. As long as your stop loss doesn't hit, right? You just stay as far as the trade takes you. So currently, I'm still holding my NVIDIA. Don't know from like how many. I think my NVIDIA trade was somewhere. I forgot where already. I forgot where was my actual position. But as long as you can get your stop loss correct, the thing will not forever lah. The counter will most likely to be remaining in the uptrend for quite some time. So sometime we do have a TP level, but the TP level, right? Because we mainly want to put cash in our pocket first, but those TP level on Patreon, right? Those are recommended TP level. If you have been on our webinar long enough, right? I do encourage traders to trail your TP, meaning you shift your stop loss, or you don't TP fully, you don't TP 100% of your position, you just TP like 70%, or maybe 50%, up to you. The other amount is you see what you want to do lah. But we will provide a guideline for you to TP. And if you look at our trade data, right? If you look at our trade data, all the profit here are considered profit when the first TP level is reached, meaning that's the bare minimum. If you decide to trail some more, if you decide to hold longer, that one you will get even more than what we plan for you lah. But even if you take the bare minimum, right, you can see that we are very profitable with a normalized expectancy of 0.47 now. So exactly how we come by that number, we can't reveal to you, but that number is not really important. What is important is how you trail and how you hold on to your position, especially in counter that are in a strong uptrend. The reason why we do not share our trailing strategy on Patreon is because, number one, it is slightly complicated. Number two, it's not easily executed. It cannot be executed easily. Also, it requires a bit of supervision. It requires a bit of guidance. I actually kind of have meeting with my course trainee one-to-one to guide them on how to deal with the trailing profit until they become proficient at it. So of course, for Patreon, right? I mean, I cannot afford my time personally one-to-one to everyone lah, because I have like 300 plus subscriber right now, and of course from the subscription level perspective also, we believe that the TP level that we provided and our hit rate, our choice of counter is more than fair enough for the subscription amount. Of course, those who are coming for the course, they paid quite a substantial sum. Hence, I'm providing my personal time to guide them along. What is the exit signal? What is the exit signal you look out for after it hit your TP, still moving up? What is the exit signal you look out for after it hit your TP and still moving up? Okay, so once again, this is a trailing strategy, which is just among our course training. So I can't share the exact trailing strategy, but what I can share with you is that we will exit when the trend ends. We will exit when the trend ends. Meaning you will never exit at the top. You are not going to exit here because you feel that this is the top, but rather we will exit when we see the price start to come down already and we feel that this one cannot go back up now, then we will exit. So most of the time you cannot get the top. We will never get the top. We will never predict the top, but we will let it go as far as it can go. And the moment it retraces to the point where we feel that, okay, this one is like the uptrend is ended now, then we will exit. So most of the time, right, you will not see us trying to predict the top or scalp here, scalp there, but rather we will hold for very long. We will hold for very long. And in fact, most of my personal trade that I share on Saturday webinar in my investing note, right, you will see a lot of the counters I've been holding since like beginning of this year, like Franken, Propnex, Grand Venture, all my major holdings. In fact, Tesla and Netflix was held all the way from the beginning of the year. So it is actually about discipline. So the key thing is, the important thing that I can let you know is never predict the top, never exit at the top. Go and come up with a strategy to look at how to determine if the uptrend has ended and it start to come down. One way you can determine that is lower high. For example, this is the high, then after that it create a lower high, then it start to come down, right? Then maybe you can exit here already. But of course, this method, you will kind of like always feel like, yeah, wasted lah, should exit here lah. But if you try to exit here thinking that this is the top, then what if this whole thing go up some more, and then you could have exited here, and this is still higher than what you have predicted here. So it's more about discipline rather than your strategy lah. Next, say two equally strong counter on Nvidia and Netflix, but only got fund for one of them. Can share the link for Google. Okay, this one last time I share already, so that easier to track. But after that, I stopped sharing, mainly because I noticed a lot of folks who get the link ready and then they suddenly unsubscribe and then they just go and follow everything here. So I stopped sharing the link lah. So I started, but once in a while I will share. I will always like during Saturday webinar, I will definitely show it. Mainly show this statistical portion also lah. I mean it's probably not you guys, from the way I see all your name, right? You guys are probably like very, I would say very loyal subscriber. But there are bad eggs among all subscribers lah, who try to, you know, like want to save on that $20. Sorry, let me go back to Kathleen. Say two equally strong counters on scanner and Nvidia Netflix, but only got fund for one of them. Preferable to choose a cheaper stock. Okay, so if I have two counters such as Nvidia and Netflix, right? Let's say these two counters shows up on our scanner and both are able to trade, and you can only have one. which one will you take? So number one, right? We will look at things like the trend itself. Firstly, you can tell a lot about a trend, but since you pick out Netflix and the video, right? How we choose is in our personal trading course, we have a lot more guidance on choosing rather than the price itself, mainly because we do a lot of trailing. So for example, let's say we have a trailing position on NVIDIA. For example, let's say previously NVIDIA I entered here. So for those who are not aware, right, we actually have two trades set out on NVIDIA. The first one is way before the stock split. You can see it is still recorded as 600 per share. So that point that we are looking at is right here. So previously we have a trade set up on NVIDIA. We have our position in NVIDIA, and we hold this position And right now, I have the choice to enter NVIDIA or Netflix. So I have these two choices. So for us, right, we will always enter the stock that we have previous position on. So we will always, if things are in the profit, right, we will always double down. We will always double down on the one that we already trailing. So most of our decision will come from, do we have past trade setup that we have? For example, you will see now, you will sort of understand why my prop next and grand venture position is very big while the other position so small, because previously I have traded grand venture and prop next. So if they shows up on the scanner again, I'm definitely going to prioritize those two trades compared to other chapalang counters I wouldn't say chapalang counters but rather other choices And there is a very strong explanation behind why we do this, but I will let you all go and think about it on why we will double down on a profiting counter. But we don't recommend double downing on losing counter. Meaning you enter here, this thing go down, you go and double down here. No, no. But let's say you enter here, this one go up, another trade set up here. Yes, then we double down. Most of the time, our criteria is able to let us decide which is the better trade. But let's say if in a situation where we do not have any past position on Netflix or NVIDIA, but we only have position for one, we only have cash for one position, right? Then my question is like, how come you like no more cash ready? Because if you have cash only for one position, right, most likely you probably have previous position on these counters And it really come to the point that there isn't any other way for you to prioritize, right? Is as simple as a coin flip. It's actually as simple as a coin flip. If let's say both are all-time high and both are like uptrend, both stop loss are quite nearby, then it's as simple as a coin flip. So another thing you will look at is also the stop loss itself. How far is the stop loss from the entry? So I will tend to prefer counters which the stop loss isn't so far from the entry so that you get a better lot sizing. Out of curiosity, for learning, for counters like golden energy, would you already close out the remaining trailing position? Okay, let's take a look at golden energy. Nimbus. AUE. Okay, if you want a clear-cut answer, right? If you want a clear-cut answer, if I have a position on this, it will have been stopped out already. My trailing will have been stopped out already. Yeah. So, but of course, I can't tell you what is the threshold for trailing being stopped out because is cost only. The trailing has been stopped out already. The thing about trailing is you have to be very careful because for example, let's say you have a counter that is moving up. Okay, let's say counter moving up and your TP is here and your TP is here and then your entry is here. Let's say your entry is here. Entry, okay? And then your stop loss is here, for example. Okay, stop loss is here. So if the counter move up, you cannot like suka like shift your stop loss like that, because if you shift your stop loss too aggressively, right, it will come down, which is quite common in most of our trade setup. If you are familiar with our trade, for example, actually, if you look at synaptic operator, right, we actually entered here, then after that it went up, come down before it start to hit the TP. So we cannot anyhow suka like shift the TP also. Shit, where's my drawing? Okay. So if we anyhow shift, right, if we shift too early or if we shift aggressively, like the price can come down, hit your stop loss, and then continue to go up. Then you miss a very very good trade just because your stop loss was shifted too aggressively. Similarly, right? If you hit the TP, if you hit the TP ready, and then you so aggressive shift your stop loss all the way like here, then maybe your price might like go sideways a bit, continue to work, then you get stop out also. So how you shift and the threshold, the percentage, all this, right, you need to work out quite you need a lot of backup data, back testing, forward testing to kind of work out this shifting. You cannot anyhow suka shift. For example, right, if you look at hourglass, if we shift our stop loss if we shift our stop loss very aggressively, right? Like let's say TP hit here, and then you go and shift your stop loss like here, right? Then next day kena stop out, kena stop out already, but 2 days later continue to chung up some more. So it is quite not a easy, I would say, like easy skill to go and master because you do require a lot of backup studies and backup data to find out for yourself what is the most appropriate amount, and not only how much to shift, but when to shift. From Zhen Xian, for long-term investment, do you select stock from your scanner? Actually, long-term, no. Long-term, no. My long-term is very simple. I have a dollar cost average plan on STI ETF, and also a bit on SPY 500, SPY Vanguard, and also a bit on the HST, the what's that? The Lion OCBC HS tech. So like every month, I'm pumping in cash into those three components, STI, Lion OCBC, and SPY. So STI is mainly there for the dividend, because since I'm already trading for capital gain, right, I don't really depend on my long-term investment for capital gain. But nonetheless, I still have a small component of SPY Vanguard to sort of capture all the things that I have no money to buy, like Amazon, Google, all those expensive counters. Because if I have a 100K trading account, right, I tell you, it's not enough to trade those big counters. So I do have the SPY Vanguard a bit. So my ratio, right, my portfolio ratio is very simple. I long-term, my long-term is actually about 60% on STI ETF, mainly for the dividend, because I want my long-term to be dividend heavy, since my trading is already taking care of the capital gain. And then I have 20% on HST. HST is to get myself some exposure to Hong Kong tech company. And then another 20 on SPY. So this is my long-term portfolio. And every month I have like $2,000 going inside here. So 1,000, maybe about 1,200 to STI, then 400 here. So this is something that I've been doing for the past 6 years like that. Currently, I have about, I don't know, close to 100K, 200K on my long-term portfolio, because at the end of the year, right? At the end of the year, I will take out a portion of my trading profit and I will do a one-time portfolio adjustment, transfer all the cash into my long-term portfolio also. So what I'm doing is I'm actually converting my risky, high risk trading profit into low risk passive income. So I will keep doing this until one day my passive income, my dividend is enough to like fund my lifestyle lah. So I think it's still quite a while. It's still quite a while. Big, yeah. You know, there is actually a video on it. Let me bring give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me go and find the Google spreadsheet. It was a public video. Start trades. Wait. Compound? Is it compound? Wait, maybe it's here. This one. Roadmap to 1.5 mil. Yeah, go and read this. Roadmap to 1.5 mil. So this is actually the spreadsheet. So normal compounding, right? Normal compounding, the red color one is how you every month you put in money to invest, and then the return on your investment compound. But the Nimbus compounding is a little bit different. Nimbus compounding is we have the passive component, we also have the trading component. So at the end of the year, right, all the profit from trading, it will pump into your passive, while at the same time the passive every month will also have like the cash going in lah. So it's every month cash plus one-time bonus at the end of the year from my trading account. So if you use the Nimbus compounding, right, actually you can get like 2 million within like 25 years. And the numbers are not very big. The numbers are actually quite modest. So if we look at normal compounding, right, the number that I use is your initial trading capital is 30K, and your initial investment you have 0. But every year you invest 12K, so that is 1K a month. So imagine every year you invest 1K a month into your ETF or unit trust or whatever nonsense lah. But your trading capital, you need to save up that 30K, which is not a lot also. So for yearly investment, right, we project a return of 4%, which is like, oh my God, 4% is very modest. We are not using big numbers. 4%, your special CPS special can give you 4% already, okay? Then yearly trading return, we project very little also, 30%. Personally for me, right, even on a very bad year, I get like 40-50%. So, and actually, if you are following all the Nimbus trade setup, right, you can get 30% very easily, as long as you follow your risk, you don't go and YOLO things. Then the rebalancing ratio is that at the end of the year, 60% of my trading profit is pumped into my yearly investment. So after that, you see all these number, right? You only need to spend 19 years to hit 1 million, 23 years to hit 1.5 mil, and 26 years to hit 2 mil with such a small number and very low expectation numbers. All these are very low expectation. If within 1 year your yearly investment give you like 15%, 20% because the S&P or STI don't know, like very bullish, or if that particular year you're trading able to get like 80-90%, right, then it's going to push up everything by like additional 4 or 5 years. So if you use the Nimbus compounding, very easy to get like 2 million with like a very regular job. Megan, for beginner in US trade, can you recommend a brokerage account with small capital? Okay, the brokerage account that I always recommend is Tiger Broker. But if you are using US, right, maybe you can consider IB also, Interactive Broker. The reason why I recommend Tiger Broker is because for Nimbus Capital, we trade Singapore counter quite heavily. In fact, if you look at our 2021 our data, right, we have a total of 61 Singapore trades. US is about 40 US trades like that. So Tiger Broker allow you to trade Singapore and US and whatever very easily because they have a multi-currency facility where you can change the currency quite easily. Which is something that I think most other brokerage, you have to request for it, and it's not as easy to switch all the currency around. So if you purely want to trade US, right, you can go for IB also. You can go for IB, but I personally just use Tiger lah. You previously mentioned good long-term stock like Alphabet and Microsoft. So when I say long-term, maybe like about 2-3 years, 2-3 years. Yeah, about there like 1-2 years. I mean, see how far it can take you. In fact, these counter are very strong, very strong. I mean, if after 1-2 years, if I'm still in big profit and the trend is still up, right, I will still continue to hold it for another 1-2 years until I see like until I see this, then maybe I'll just cash out, go and trade something else until it break out here, and then I will enter and I will go and enter again. So at least that cash for this period, I'm trading something else, something like that. Where can we get the roadmap to read out 1.5 mil? Okay, I will give you the link. Okay, so there is a YouTube video and the spreadsheet. So the YouTube video is actually the very first webinar for 2021, because since we are beginning of the year, the first webinar, right, I cover a lot on planning, setting up goals, roadmap. So you can look at it lah. You use Tiger for SG stock? Yeah, can XG. So you can use for both SG and US law. I personally have Poem, IB, Tiger, Mumu, CMC. So I got a total of like 6-7 brokerage lah. The one that I use most is Poem, IB, and Tiger. Once in a while, I use CMC for shorting or buying index lah. For long-term portfolio, usually Tiger cheaper is custodian. So okay, Tiger, right? Yes, it's custodian, but the Tiger Singapore shares in Tiger, right, is actually kept by DBS. So Tiger is holding nothing. Tiger is actually not holding anything. Singapore shares are held by DBS. US shares are actually held by IB. So the custodian is not Tiger lah. Tiger just facilitate the trading itself lah. So even the cash, I believe, is held by DBS. So if you are worried about that, right, I think you are quite safe. I think you are quite safe about regard to actually CDP, right? I feel that is overrated lah. Overrated as in, if you are going to sell something within 4-5 months, right? Like you don't want to pay that extra $25 in commission fee just to have that CDP thing lah. Compared to $1-2 on Tiger Broker, which is the cheap. You can this story I always tell everyone. I've been trading with Poem for the past 5-6 years. It was only last year I switched to Tiger. So in the past, right, at the end of the year, right, my broker from Poem always send me a lot of gift lah, like free staycation holiday, like 3-day 2-night. Before COVID, he sent free ticket to Phuket, mainly because every year, right, I rack up close to 15K in commission fee, every year. So he give me a lot of freebies lah. But when I switched to Tiger, right, I was only spending 2-3K in commission per year, which is like I'm saving 10K every year, and like I'm spending extra 10K on Poem commission, and all he give me is like free staycation, which is like 500-600 worth. Like, oh my god, like you might think that wow, Poem give like so good like wow, freebie, wow, air ticket so sure, but you switch to Tiger, you are saving so much more. So I switched to Tiger and never looked back lah. FSM one, yes, I do heard of it, but I don't use it. So I can't really give you any advice. because I I never use it, or I do not know anyone who use it. But I believe the commission is quite cheap also. I'm not sure if they are custodian or what. So sorry, this one I don't have the answer to that. Thank you for supporter from supporter. Thank you supporter. Thanks for technical analysis video, lady. Are there any video currently that teach core strategy that I can independently? Okay, core strategy, that is something that I plan to do in the future, but currently not. I won't be making much of those videos yet lah, because when I'm doing core strategy, right, I want to do it in a professional way where there will be proper video editing, there will be a proper script. If you notice the video analysis stuff that I post, right, those are very impromptu, meaning there's no script at all. I just look at the chart and then I just like see, and then I just on my video and I just start talking already. I just start talking. So those are like really on the spot analysis lah. But I mean, when I do trade myself, right, when I do analysis for myself to trade, right, I also do my analysis like that. I just look at a chart and I do on the spot analysis lah, mainly because I've been trading for very long, so this kind of thing comes to me naturally already. But when I want to do video like a general technical analysis strategy, I cannot suddenly just show just open my video, show the chart and just simply start talking. I need to make sure that the flow is good, the script is properly written and people can understand, because I think when we talk about general analysis, right, we will kind of invite a lot more, I would say, beginner traders who will be looking at the videos. So I do want to make a professional video when I come to it. So I don't think it will be up anytime soon, probably next year, but most likely it will be very very general, very general, meaning you are not going to get very highly advanced technical analysis like what you see in my current analysis videos lah. It will be more of looking at trends, how to spot higher low, higher high, how to spot where are your support and resistance, more of those lah, to aid general folks who just happen by my videos or who are just interested in learning lah. but if if money is not your concern, right, you can come to my course. You can come to my course. That's always available. Only for long term, like 10 years or so. No more staycation. Yes, no more staycation from Poem. Nvidia now all-time high. What? Oh, really? Nvidia now all-time high. Where's my Nvidia? Oh my God, $10. Nice. Okay. Currently, I'm trading only SG market. I would like to trade HK US. Do I need to change my currency to USD HKD? Okay, so this one depends on what brokerage you are using. So if you are using Tiger Broker, right? Within Tiger Broker, there is a currency exchange. There's an exchange button. You go and play around with the button a bit before you actually start to trade. For example, let's say this one very important, because a lot of Tiger trader always get into this issue. Let's say in my Tiger Broker account, I deposit 20K SGD, okay? I deposit 20K SGD. And then you can actually go and trade US stuff or Hong Kong stuff lah. So let's say you want to buy Nvidia. Let's say you want to buy 10 shares of Nvidia, which is like USD 2773 lah, 2773 lah. Okay, so you go and buy this. So when you do this, right, because your currency is in Singapore, right, what Tiger Broker will do is Tiger Broker will actually loan you this USD and then you can buy the Nvidia. But after they loan you already, right, you need to go into the exchange button there and go and switch your SGD to USD to repay the loan. Because if you don't repay the loan, right, they will charge you finance because they are loaning you the money, so they will charge you the interest rate. So what happened is a lot of people use Tiger Broker to go and buy US counter or Hong Kong counter, but they forgot to do the currency exchange. Then every day they can charge like $5, $6, or if you are trading smaller amount, they can charge like $1, $2 every day because they forgot to press that button. So That one you can go and explore a bit. Actually, if you YouTube, right, you can find currency exchange for Tiger quite a lot on YouTube also lah. It is in fact just press one button only lah. Quite convenient. Quite convenient. It's not very hard because it's the moment you sign up Tiger, right, this multi-currency facility is already there for you. You don't need to go and like ask them to set up for you or what, because if you are using Poem, right, last time I used Poem, I actually need to call my broker to set up this currency exchange facility and then allow me to have access to US market. Then a lot of mafan lah, like trade one thing, like sign like 10-20 document like that. Okay, while you guys are typing, let me enjoy my video position. Let me enjoy my video position. What else is going up? What else is going up? Patreon trade setup. Oh my God, Tandem dropped so low. I think bad earning is it? Currently recovering. Meta platform. What is Meta platform here? I don't even have this. Lattice semiconductor shop. Sorry, let me drink my Milo. Yes. Oh yeah, Meta. Thank you. They finally changed already. The other day I was getting sarcastic with all the people who are like, hey, I add you on Meta on my Facebook video. Thanks, James. Yes, that website is still coming along. Still, in fact, I got this. So this is actually the new homepage lah. You can see all the text not there yet. So we have like trading, self-learning, subscription plan. So subscription plan is actually the Patreon that you have now lah. So as I mentioned in the past, right? You guys are paying $20 USD from Patreon, but Patreon actually eat like 4 USD of it. So I'm actually so of the $20 that you pay, right? At my end, I'm only getting like half the amount. I'm only getting half the amount. So to me is like daylight robbery lah. So yeah. So in the future, right, once this is up, we will move house lah. We will move house to here lah. But we also have trade tools, and scanner will be in the website also. So you guys don't need to keep waiting for the screenshot or what lah. So currently it is still in the work because there's a lot of how to say a lot of API integration involved with all the stock market stuff, right? And also we are doing a lot of AI stuff at the back to help you look at your risk management, everything. And the coding itself is not as simple as we thought. So because of that, right, we are spending quite a lot of time to work out all the small details because no matter what, this is trading. And if you are using the trade tool to enter a position, right, is your money is involved. Your money is involved. So we want to ensure that everything is working perfectly before we release out. So from my web developer, what he say is we are about 70% done. So even though he says 70% done, I'm gonna take it as 50% lah. So although initially our timeline, we wanted to launch this sometime in September, unfortunately it will be delayed because I rather have a delayed but a good product rather than we like rush this whole thing out and then a lot of error here, a lot of error there also. So that's something that I want to avoid also lah. But not to worry, it's still in our pipeline and it will be coming up hopefully by next year, hopefully by early next year. Currently we are engaging with some advertising firm to help us launch this also. So a lot of things are in the works lah. Today no scanner also. Trading share a good platform to use because holiday holiday you're resting. Trading share a good platform to use. Also real time for Lin. I'm sorry, what is trading sheet? Is it like a broker? Trading chart? Or you mean trading view? Trading view is actually just a charting platform. I don't think it is like a brokerage, but I definitely love TradingView mainly because of all the tools that they have lah. So how you want to use TradingView is actually up to you. But the thing is that I have my scanner here. So I have the scanner there. I can just click the scanner and then actually all the stock disappear. So I can just click the scanner and then all the chart will shows up here. So I do everything here lah. I do all my charting. I do all my trailing or everything here lah. Everything. In fact, I can all the trades that my course trainee do, I keep track using TradingView also because it's very easy to segregate them. So for example, if I go to my ping list, right? Ping list is actually all the trades that my course trainee they are taking during their practice session. So I actually look at what they are doing and I can give my comment. I think this one you guys probably know actually quite a number of them managed to get this whole section here. It was crazy, but of course sadly all of them were on the practice account. Yeah, so TradingView very nice and I'm posting all my ideas via TradingView also. So to me, in terms of charting wise, right, I think TradingView is one of the best out there lah. In fact, I don't use the charting tool provided by the brokerage. In fact, I think brokerages will save money by removing all their charting tools and stop spending their resource on their charting tools because frankly speaking, brokerage charting tools are a bit clunky lah. I don't like it. It's not real time. It's not real time. It is delayed, but you can pay money to get real time data. So it's actually delayed by 5 minutes if I'm not wrong, but you can pay additional money to get the real time data. So for example, right, let me show you my account and billing. I'm actually using the premium account. Every year I pay USD $600. Actually, TradingView earn a lot of money for me lah. But the only reason why I'm using the highest level of the account is because it allows me to advertise. All the cheaper level doesn't allow me to advertise. But aside from that $600 every year, right, I'm also paying $24 every year to get live price for New York Exchange, for Nasdaq Exchange and NYSE ARCA, and also 96 USD every year for Singapore live data, meaning I can access to Poem to get the chart with the live price, but I'm willing to pay that additional $96 because everything is just more convenient here. Same thing for Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This is one of the worst money that I spent this year. I paid USD $216 for Hong Kong live chart, only 28 days left. And in fact, this entire year, Hong Kong is like very jialat, every day downtrend, every day lose money on Hong Kong counter. So yeah, this one was not well spent, but I managed to make back like from my profit on all the other stuff lah. So if you go and if you buy all these, right, if you buy all these, then the chart that you see here are live charts. If not, you still need to go back to your brokerage platform to get live chart data. Yes, actually, some of the more famous brokerage, they actually you can link them to TradingView. So you can like buy here, so you can link. Actually, Tiger Broker can link, but I tried to link before and it doesn't work very well. But if you have things like Wanda Wanda works quite well. Saxo also work quite well, but Tiger Broker, no. I tried to connect before, but I don't recommend I don't recommend connecting here because although you can connect, the interface and the user experience is not very intuitive. Later you go and buy wrong thing or what, I don't know. So I don't recommend. Okay, currently 9:56. I have time for one more question. Okay, So once I answer the last question, then I'll be ending this session. Actually, this AMA is like the highest number of participants, 32. I normally have like half the amount. Good to see people come to hear me rant. Okay, like last question. Ford is doing extremely well also. How do you maintain your positivity even during downtime or when you hit a big SL? Okay, so number one, right? I never hit big SL. All my SL are 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%. So from the moment I enter, right, I know how much I'm going to lose already. So I don't really have my loss, right? They doesn't change. Most of the time I'm losing, like, for example, now I have 100. I start off with 100K account, right? So 2%, most of the time I'm losing 2,000. Every loss I make is every loss is 2,000 lah. So I don't really hit very big loss. I mean, 2,000 in relation to 100K account lah. Of course, if you have a 10K account, then your stop loss should be like 200. So because of that, right? I'm not really in that scary moment where I fear one day big I'll hit a big loss. Wow. And another thing is, if you notice about my trading style, right, I actually document a lot. Most of our trading strategy or what, right, there's a lot of statistical back testing that is being done. So it is not just happy, I feel market go up, I feel the market strong, and then I enter. But like you see all the strategy here, right, classic support, all this, right, I have taken these trade setup like over 1,000 times in the past 5 or 6 years. Meaning the moment I take the similar trade setup, right, I know that this trade setup have a 70% chance. All I need to do is I just follow my plan. I just follow the stop loss that I set there. I just follow the TP that I set there, and I don't care about anything else. So because I came up with all these strategy, I came up with all these back testing, I go and do all these data gathering, right? It makes me comfortable, it made me confident. But traders who anyhow follow, don't know what they're doing, they just look at Facebook and then follow, right? They do not have that level of confidence because they are not the one that come up with the chart. They are not the one that come up with the trade plan. They don't know the trade that they are following, what is the winning percentage. They do not have all this information. So when they trade the chart, right, they are always in doubt. Yeah, this one go down, how like the guru still holding or not, like what happened? So they are always in doubt. They don't have the comfort and confidence, which is why, right, I sort of publicly publish this. Once in a while, I will share this, and once in a while, I will share all these data. So you as a follower, right, you can see that actually what he trade is actually all okay. Like I mean, like he actually follow his stop loss very nicely. He never suddenly like flip prata, like, you should hold lah. Why you never shift stop loss? We never shift anything. Once the stop loss is there, it is set in stone already. So by having this data available to you, you can also have that level of comfort and confidence, although probably not as much as me, but at least you have the data there to sort of like convince yourself that actually all I need to do is hold. If I can hold, right, I can usually get this level. So number one, my calmness actually come from I only take 2% risk every position. This is very important. Okay. Number two, I have tons of backtesting data to support my strategy, meaning I know this is going to work for the past 5-6 years. In fact, if you look at the past 5-6 years, excuse me, my Milo burping. If you look at the past 5-6 years, right, I personally survived 2 meltdown. The first meltdown is here during 2015 and 16. My trade strategy can survive this. Now my trade strategy survive this portion and this portion also. So I have already survived through this kind of big market downtrend, right? Right now it's like I'm kind of like, okay lah, I mean I know it can do well regardless of what's going on, so I just follow my trade plan. So it's actually as simple as that. It is when trader, they do not have a plan themselves, or they don't really do back testing, or they don't have the discipline, right? Then that's where all the funny thing will come in, or they try to YOLO game stop, or they try to go all in on counters without any risk management. At the core of my discipline, right, is always 2% risk and never exit when it doesn't hit the stop loss. This one is, I not that I say only, you can see it, you can see it. I held Tesla and Netflix for the entire year, and in fact they are the two counters that are giving me the biggest profit now. So it's not like just wayang like that. So have to walk the talk, have to walk the talk. And the thing is, when people see me do this and succeed, right, they will be encouraged to, hey, it does work. All I need to do is follow. I can trust his stop loss. I can trust the trade setup. I can trust that suddenly he won't like anyhow shift the stop loss last minute and then run with the money while you are still in your meeting. You cannot take your profit and then the chart drop like 90% like that. Those kind of situation, you know. So that's where the confidence come from. Will you have a trading track sheet for your subscriber to record their trade? In the future, yes. So in the future, my website will have within the trade tool, there will be a track sheet, and the track sheet, right, it doesn't only track your own data, it will also help you track with respect to Nimbus Capital data. Like for example, if you are following our trade setup, right? For example, you are following our trade setup, like let's say you follow our latest trade setup, Franken. Let's say if you follow Franken, you add this trade into your portfolio. The portfolio will tell you that, okay, you are entering Franken using Nimbus Capital classic trade setup, and within the classic trade setup, it will let you know that classic setup actually have a 60% winning rate or 70% winning rate, blah blah blah. All the data, it will come out. So that's actually what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make use of, I'm trying to let subscriber leverage on the data that I have, so that as long as they are using my strategy, as long as they are following me, right, they can leverage on all my back tested data. If not, you can go and back test your own, and then the portfolio manager will calculate for you. But when you are doing this, right, it's very important that back testing require large number. You cannot simply make 10 trades and then, oh, my winning rate is like 80%. No, you actually need like 5 to 6 years worth of data, because not only you need large number of data points, you also need to go through different market cycle. You cannot just test a bullish cycle and then say your winning rate is like 80%. You need to test your strategy through the bearish cycles also. Okay, BITO, sorry, this one I will, okay, last one, BITO, last one, no more already, no more questions. So as mentioned, no request of counters, no request of counter, but this one I do lah. I do for this. This one is Bitcoin. I don't do I don't do Bitcoin. I'm so sorry. Crypto is not my area. Because the strategy that I use, volume spread analysis, it works very nice on stocks. But in Forex or crypto or whatever other thing, right, I have not tested it before. So I it's unfair for me to just tell you, unfair for you to kind of follow me in the sense that without any back tested data, I can't tell you this one work or this one doesn't work. So it's not something that I want to provide my opinion simply because I do not have the experience or the reliable data source to let you know my strategy works on Bitcoin. So sorry. Crypto not my area. Okay, so we have come to the end of the Ask Me Anything session. 10:06 already. So hopefully everyone what from tonight market. Hopefully most of you are still holding the video. It's up 7%. Oh my god. Okay. Good night, everyone. See you guys in on Saturday. Okay. Happy Deepavali. Bye bye.